Dear viewers, welcome back to another gripping journey into the world of powerful storytelling. I'm Sham Q, your ever-curious guide through the most captivating realms of television and film. Today, I bring you something extraordinary, a show that blends mystery, politics, faith, and ambition into one intense cinematic chamber. We're about to step inside the secretive corridors of power in Conclave. I've watched every minute of this suspenseful tale, and I can confidently say it deserves a solid 95 out of 100. If you enjoy psychological drama mixed with religious politics and silent wars of influence, this one's going to haunt you long after the screen fades to black. The setup? The Pope is dead. And now, behind locked doors in the Vatican, 118 cardinals gather for one purpose: to choose the next pope. But don't let the ritualistic calm fool you. Something much more dangerous brews beneath the crimson robes and whispers of prayers. The tension is palpable, the atmosphere electric. Welcome to Conclave. Now, before we delve deeper, let's lay down the basic facts. Conclave is a high-stakes drama released in 2024 and produced by Focus Features. This brilliant adaptation of Robert Harris's novel is now available on major streaming platforms. The film boasts an impressive IMDb rating of 7.9, and while it's a standalone piece with no current plans for a series, the storytelling is so rich, you might wish for more. Shot mostly in Rome and the Vatican, the film is a UK production and directed by Edward Berger, known for his masterful work on All Quiet on the Western Front. With a screenplay that honors the source material while injecting cinematic intensity, Conclave delivers a visual and emotional feast.
Dear viewers, if you're enjoying this featured review, please watch until the end. There's so much more to discover. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, share it with fellow TV lovers, and leave a comment below. We truly value your feedback. Your support helps us continue creating more engaging, high-quality content just for you. Thank you for watching.
So, what kind of story is this? Genre-wise, it's a tightrope walk between drama, mystery, and political thriller. Yet it never loses its grip on the human element. The Vatican setting lends a sacred weight to every whispered line and sideways glance. You don't just watch Conclave, you feel the ancient marble cold under your feet, hear the echo of secrets bouncing off cathedral walls. The show's atmosphere is dense with suspicion and spiritual gravity, and with each frame, it pulls you deeper into a labyrinth of truth, manipulation, and faith. Here's my personal take. Watching Conclave felt like attending a play where the stage is shrouded in fog and you only catch glimpses of the actors' intentions. The drama isn't loud. It's whispered, hinted, and sharpened behind smiles and scripture. The pace may seem measured, but it's the calm before an emotional storm. Another thing I admired is how the film respects your intelligence. It doesn't spoon-feed you. It lets you interpret, observe, and gradually realize what's really unfolding. You're invited to be a participant, not a passive viewer. It's rare these days to find a film that trusts its audience so much. Let's talk characters, the silent architects of the film's tension. Ralph Fiennes delivers a soul-stirring performance as Cardinal Lawrence. With each restrained movement, He embodies a man torn between humility and suspicion. Lawrence isn't your typical lead. He's thoughtful, hesitant, observant. But beneath his gentle facade lies a mind meticulously piecing together a puzzle that no one else dares to acknowledge. Fiennes brings gravity to the role, layering his performance with quiet intelligence and emotional fragility. As the story unravels, we begin to see his spiritual crisis deepen, and it's this inner conflict that turns him from a mere observer to something far more pivotal. You can't take your eyes off him because you sense he's the only one truly awake inside this dreamlike chamber. Now let's venture deeper, not into scenes, but into the soul of the story. Conclave is not just about choosing the next pope. It's about what people become when tradition, secrecy, and faith collide under one roof. It's about masks, not the kind you wear, but the kind you live behind. The film explores how power doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers prayers, and in these whispers, intentions are buried, loyalty is questioned, and truth is a luxury. There's something haunting about watching grown men, robed in centuries-old symbolism, engaging in a struggle for control, all while invoking the divine. The drama doesn't erupt, it coils around your mind. The pacing of the film is methodical, intentional. It mirrors the ritualistic nature of the conclave itself, slow, deliberate, steeped in centuries of tradition, yet boiling just beneath the surface. The cinematography adds another layer of meaning. Shadows stretch across ancient halls, and candlelight seems to flicker with secrets. The sound design is equally vital. Each creak of the floor, each whispered Latin prayer, they all serve as subtle reminders that silence can be louder than speech. What really stayed with me is the moral ambiguity. You won't find a simple good versus evil arc here. Instead, you'll find men torn by loyalty, faith, and ambition, sometimes all in the same breath. And when these motivations clash, the outcome is unpredictable. The film also poses profound philosophical questions. What happens when spiritual duty conflicts with human ambition? Can one truly serve both God and power? Is faith a calling, or can it be used as a tool? Even the visuals lean into these themes. The close-ups are almost invasive, forcing you to read between the lines of every expression. The wide shots remind you of how small individual will is within an ancient institution. Everything is choreographed for maximum psychological impact. And yet, Conclave never preaches. It lets you wander through its corridors, inviting you to feel the weight of decisions without telling you what to think. That's what makes it brilliant.
Dear viewers, if you're enjoying this featured review, please watch until the end. There's so much more to discover. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, share it with fellow TV lovers, and leave a comment below. We truly value your feedback. Your support helps us continue creating more engaging, high-quality content just for you. Thank you for watching.
Now let's venture deeper, not into scenes, but into the soul of the story. Conclave is not just about choosing the next pope. It's about what people become when tradition, secrecy, and faith collide under one roof. It's about masks, not the kind you wear, but the kind you live behind. The film explores how power doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers prayers. And in these whispers, intentions are buried, loyalty is questioned, and truth is a luxury. But let's not forget, this story hides something deeper, and I won't spoil it. All I'll say is this: there's a truth buried in this film that reveals itself only when you least expect it. A secret that reframes everything you've watched so far. And it's not just about who becomes the Pope, it's about why. What lies beneath the floor of the Sistine Chapel? What memories do these cardinals hide under their cassocks? And who among them carries a burden so deep it could alter the course of everything. These aren't just questions the characters ask. They're questions the story whispers to you again and again until you start asking them yourself. Conclave is a mirror held up to sacred institutions, reflecting both reverence and rot. It challenges you to look past ritual and question what faith really means when no one is watching. And so, I'll end on this thought. If faith is meant to guide us, then what happens when it's used to conceal? What truths are we willing to bury for the sake of tradition? And if you were one of them, locked in that room, surrounded by centuries of history and expectation, what kind of pope would you choose? Let me know in the comments. I'm Sham Q, and this has been my review of Conclave, a film where every whisper echoes louder than thunder. Watch it, feel it, question it,